What's up, everybody? I got some fight news to start off the new year. Saturday, January 18th at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. It will be headlined by the pound-for-pound #1 ranked fighter in the world and lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, taking on #1 contender Arman Tsarukyan.
When Islam Makhachev defends his UFC lightweight title against the rising contender Arman Tsarukyan at UFC 311, the world will finally see another of the greatest fights in MMA history.
If you watch the rankings, Arman is a #1 contender, and all my life I told people I want to fight is the real contender who deserve high-level fighters. That's why he deserves.
A rising star in the MMA world, Arman Tsarukyan, has praised his opponent's skills and called him the best fighter in their division. The welterweight king, Belal Muhammad, shares the same sentiment and is even supporting Islam Makhachev to win his next fight. He predicted the outcome of the fight and said, "Arman is a great fighter, but I just think Islam is above every single guy in that division right now."
For sure, he's the best fighter in our division, and he defended his title a couple of times. And I'm so excited for this fight, and can't wait to be a champion.
You did an interview for Arman. You did an interview and you said you had a secret move and a technique that could give you the edge in this fight against Islam. So I guess, could you give us any insight on what you see that could, reveal the secret technique that you have?
How can I tell you my secret technique? So it's gonna be surprise in
Islam Makhachev's pound-for-pound ranking was questioned by an American podcaster who said Makhachev still had more to prove at lightweight before switching to welterweight, noting an easier schedule than others in the top 5.
Now, when it comes to pound for pound in your division, I look at strength of schedule. I look at who have you beat, how have you beat them. Islam's strength of schedule, when we're talking about, if you look at the pound for pound list, the top 5 has by far the easiest strength of schedule. He's not my pound for pound #1. Let's be very clear. Not my king, not bend the knee, dude. Refute, cut my head off. Cut my head off. Not hating on Islam. I know you guys are going to run with that. I'm not doing that. I'm not hating on him. There's nothing he can do about it. It's not his fault. He fights whoever's in front.
Shah believes that the battles will be difficult for Islam. Shah also declared that he would prefer Tsarukyan in a possible rematch with Makhachev and commended Arman's recent efforts.
But for his management, whoever's telling this, dude, let's jump to 70. Buddy, you have so much work to do at 55. You have a lot to do at 55 before we bend the knee. And Arman's going to give you a motherfucking fight. And I would favor Arman after watching his last 3 or 4 performances. I would favor
a thrilling beginning to the year as UFC 31 calls out both fighters in what is expected to be one of the most packed fight cards in recent memory. According to UFC CEO Dana White, Makhachev has won 14 straight fights and defeated every opponent he has faced in nearly 10 years. His last 4 victories have all come against former world champions, with 7 of his last 8 victories coming against Finnish Tsarukyan, who has an amazing record of 22-23. He recently defeated former champion Charles Aloa. The main event is Islam Makhachev, who will try to defend his lightweight title when he faces Arman Tsarukyan in the UFC 311 card on January 18th at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, according to UFC President Dana White. However, there are other headline title fights on the card as well. The rematch between Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan is highly unpredictable, but Adrian Janis, a UFC bantamweight fighter, expressed his excitement about it. He said, "That's going to be a fun one, man. That's one of those ones where I just kind of sit back, and I just want to watch and not really break down just because I don't know what's going to happen." Islam Makhachev was hailed by Michael Chandler as the undisputed king of the lightweight division, emphasizing his supremacy. Chandler highlighted MV's development, stating that his expert grappling and sophisticated striking set him apart from the others.
If you look at history and their first fight together, obviously it was a barn burner. It was pretty close in a lot of people's eyes. I don't know if I've actually watched that fight. I've just heard from people that it was close. But you know, Arman obviously beat Oliveira last fight. Arman has been charging forward. I think right now I will be surprised if Arman pulls it off. I think Islam has continued to solidify himself as the best lightweight in the world.